Gale force winds and snow are on the way for parts of New Zealand this weekend. Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Wednesday update for June the 28th. And we're monitoring this big southwesterly airflow on the map here. It's basically the main feature, going around high pressure out here to the west and low pressure out here to the east. And there's low pressure to our south as well. So this area of low pressure is going to deepen over the next 3, 4, 5 days ahead. And that's going to enhance the winds over New Zealand, making for gale force westerlies and southwesterlies around various parts of the country. Now, for other parts of New Zealand, that turn to a westerly wind is good news. And we start in the east of New Zealand where rainfall, this is the next week's worth of rain up till the end of Tuesday of next week. So basically 7 days of rain and almost nothing falling along the eastern side. Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, East Cape, 0 to maybe 5 millimetres at the most. So that is good news. Not a lot of rain falling in these eastern areas. The biggest rain is on the western side and in the south down here. Some of these yellow shaded areas showing 100 millimetres of rain in the next week ahead. That's quite a bit for the lower part of the South Island. Now remember, on top of that, some of that will be falling as snow. And here we are with the snow map. Now, yesterday I was standing in front of the quay. Today I've made sure it's over here on the left-hand side. So you can see in the yellows and oranges, that's around about 15 to 25 centimetres of snow. Half a metre of snow possible around the mountains near Queenstown. And as you go into Southland, you're still seeing 10 to 15 centimetres in the yellow. But then it tapers right off as you get into coastal areas. Now, Dunedin's also likely to see some snow. If you're wondering if it's going to snow at your place, go to our websites, weatherwatch.co.nz or ruralweather.co.nz. It will show the snow symbol if we're confident that snow is going to fall. So there might be a little bit of sea level snow, but remember we do have a marine heat wave at the moment, so that extra couple of degrees in the sea could actually make all the difference between whether or not anything settles around coastal areas. And then in the North Island Central Plateau, the Desert Road, likely to be seeing some heavy snow in there, could be 10 to 15 centimetres or more. And there might even be a light dusting of snow right up into the Gisborne, Hawke's Bay ranges and potentially the Mamaku and Kaimai ranges, although it doesn't look like very much at all, but just a very light trace could be possible. So there you go. Now over in Australia, 80 millimetres or so of rain could be falling through these central areas and 30-degree temperatures at the moment in the top. So it's not exactly your typical El Nino forecast, but that could still be changing over the weeks ahead. So let's get into the forecast. Thursday, unsettled. Those windy sou'westers around New Zealand carry on. This is classic, June weather, really. We're a couple of islands in the roaring 40s. So to see this messy weather pattern is a lot more, to me, a normal one. And I say that because it means eastern areas that are so sick of the rain get to dry out. It's hard to see it, but these eastern areas, they're mostly dry. The showers are coming in to the southwestern corners. Same over here in Tasmania and Victoria. It's coming in from the southwest. All the same airflow from Adelaide to really the Chatham Islands, all caught up in that southwesterly. Now on Friday, low pressure deepens out to our east and southeast. That will change the airflow a little bit in the New Zealand area. The blue line showing that there's that cold bite being taken out of the atmosphere that goes all the way up to Northland. So Friday night will be colder across all of New Zealand, and we've got snow flurries in the mountains here. But the truly cold stuff arrives at the weekend. New Zealand's over here, South Island, North Island, in comes that southerly. That's Antarctica right here. So this is a proper Antarctic southerly coming in. Rain and snow showers for the lower part of the South Island, snow flurries in the central North Island, and showers coming in mostly to western areas, because eastern areas in this setup, doesn't matter if you can't see your area. This general setup means eastern areas and northeastern areas like Bay of Plenty and eastern Coromandel are usually quite dry. And this wintry southerly also coming in to Tasmania, but sort of fading away as it goes into Victoria and ACT. On Sunday, this is probably the coldest day in the South Island. Dunedin's got a chance of snow flurries. It is a proper southerly off Antarctica, and the cold air goes all the way up to the top of the country. Deep low pressure out here. Normal for the middle of winter to get these big storms down in the Southern Ocean, coupled with normal high pressure just off there near Victoria. And then Monday of next week, that high moves a little closer to New Zealand, but the low pressure out here remains put. And so what that does is it increases the winds, the isobars, they get ramped up. So gale force winds around parts of New Zealand this weekend and again for Monday severe gales in some places, including Auckland City. That's how far north it could go. That's a wind tunnel, though, the Auckland area. But that is the setup right to the start of next week. And then that high from Australia should start to move in and ease things and calm those winds down a wee bit. So there we go. That's the forecast. We'll update again tomorrow as we get closer to the weekend. We'll see you again then.